family feels that Culver is one of the finest acts of love that you can possibly do for a child. But you have to acknowledge it's very difficult as a parent to allow your kids to leave the nest at a young age. And unless you really realize the gift you're giving them, it's very difficult for many parents to let go.
All the things that my wife and I are trying to teach our son, it's here. So it supplements the things that we do at home: leadership, teamwork, competition, and fun.
Culver is a good motivator for any child that is ready to expand and go beyond their own home and their own community.
But there comes a point when children have to separate from their parents in order to move into the world on their own and to become independent and to be adults. And I think this is the first part of that lesson. The ability for us as parents to let go and to let them learn and to come back slightly independent.
Let's be honest, my son, he's your normal, almost teenage son. He's not a big fan of straightening up his room or making his bed. But, this experience is going to show him that, look, he's not the only guy in the world who's got to do these things.
Teaches them, yes, we should be doing it as parents, but Culver maybe reinforces the fact that you do need to have a clean room, that you can do that you can make your bed. I don't know that they would be doing that without Culver, without me having to push them the whole time.
We had both our son and daughter come for 2 years to the summer camp, partly because we wanted them to have that rich multicultural experience in the summertime. Partly we wanted them to start their Culver experience thinking of Culver as a fun place.
As far as sending my child away, I just don't look at it as sending her away. I look at it as giving her an opportunity. And I think as a parent, I'm being selfish if I'm just keeping her home.
Well, after parents drop their kids off, we actually ask them not to come back and visit for a couple of weeks. We want our kids to really kind of disconnect from the world outside of Culver and to disconnect from social media and their friends back home and Facebook and cell phones and all the rest. And we do that so, one, they can get to know each other and they can become immersed in the Culver program. Well, really our first big weekend when we invite parents to come back, coincidentally turns out to be around the 4th of July, which is always a huge event here at Culver. And having been a Culver parent myself, I know that this is much harder on the parents than it is the kids.
My son had to take me to the pizza joint where they order their pizzas at, so we had to do that. Then we went inside Culver and we had a chance to, during homecoming, go to a couple places to grab something to eat, and it's a great place.
What I found is they encourage us to come. We can attend classes, we can eat with our kids. Obviously there's the permit time itself. And there's other things that go on in terms of, church services attending and council fire that are entertaining.
I came and visited yesterday and went to my daughter's classes with her, and every staff member welcomed me in the classes, had me participate. I had the opportunity to make an art project right along with my daughter, which was fascinating.
The other thing about the investment in Culver is it's really not just about the kids. We talk about it here all the time as the Culver family, and it really is. I mean, the parents, the siblings, the grandparents all become part of this extended network that no matter really where you go, any major city in the United States and many cities around the world, you'll find Culver clubs where you'll find people who have shared in the experience, and simply by virtue of sharing that experience, there are friends and networks everywhere.
Imagine how a child is going to spend 6 weeks away from home and at a place like this and not come back a stronger individual, a better leader, a better person.
I think Culver and the 6-week program is something that's really hard to explain, and you sort of have to see it to really understand it. When I talk to my friends, or when I talk to parents or people who I know and say we bring about 1,400 kids, about 700 at Woodcraft and about 700 at Upper School, together, and they work collaboratively, and we do parades and retreats and march and all of those things, people just don't really understand what that means. And it's not until you go to a Garrison parade or you see a Woodcraft retreat that you really understand exactly what we do.